there, everybody. Welcome back to Dreadfully Dainty Dips. I am Lindsay, and today we have another starter kit showdown. So this is actually our second starter kit showdown, but our first one was gel liquids, and then this one is dip liquids, and you get dip powder. So technically it's our second starter kit showdown, but it's our first dip powder kit. Alright, so we have a package from Dipped with Jazz. I'm super excited to try this. She sent me this package. And look at this, you guys. It comes in this cute bag. How cool is that? So you can like take this with you wherever you need to go, travel, go to a friend's house, keep everything you need in this little pouch for next time. But yeah. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about this kit first. Okay, so before we get into it, which okay, so I'm just reading from the site. You can find all of this at dippedwithjazz.com. Okay, so this is the I Want More dip liquid kit. It retails for $50, but you get a lot in this kit, you guys. Okay, so you get liquids, dip liquids. You get base, activator, top coat, brush saver. You get 1.7, like 70 ounce clear dip powder. And then, and then you get 2.25 ounce or quarter ounce dips of your choice. So you just, when you order this kit, you leave it in the notes at checkout, and that's how you get your colors. You get 2 buffing blocks, 1 cupcake mold that's silicone, so it can be reused again. You get 2 cuticle sticks, 1 glass nail file, 1 10 milliliter roller cuticle oil, like roller ball, so that's really cool, and 1 nail scrub brush. So it sounds like you have everything in this kit, which I love. Okay, in my personal opinion, if I'm going to buy a kit, I know a lot of people only do them with clear, and it's up to you to purchase your colors separately. But if you're a beginner and you just want like the hassle, like, you know, no hassle, I don't want to get on the website, I don't want to look around, you know, there's so many colors, it can be overwhelming, I want an all-in-one kit. Well, this, I feel like, is that kit. So $50, that's really great, because a normal set of liquids runs you just $30 right there, easily, if not more. Okay, so let's see. The liquids are 9 free. They are 15 ml bottles. Okay, so it says with them being 9 free, so right here on the website, if you suffer from any kind of allergies, sensitivities, dip flu, okay, where you get sick from like the fumes, you know, you need to ventilate, be in a well ventilated area when you use these. It also says that on the site. So if you are subject to sensitivities, prone to dip flu, it says that these may not be the right liquids for you. So I love that they put it like right here on the website, so there's no, you know, it's there. They're not denying it. You know, a lot of people get dip flu, and it's right there on the website. If you need to go look at the ingredients, they have them all listed. So I think that's awesome. Okay, so let me put my phone away and let's open this kit. So this bag is really good. Like, it's really cool. Okay, so here is our roller ball. This is Dipped with Jazz Sweet Mint. Ooh, let me give it a smell. Ooh, that smells really good. Feels really nice. Kind of feels really thick. I like that. I like that. Okay. Really cool little bottle. It's a glass bottle. Okay, so cuticle oil. You get a glass nail file. And here are your 2 cuticle sticks. So these are plastic, or it feels like plastic, but I love a good sharp tip, because you need that to get around that cuticle area. So these are not like wood cuticle sticks where they're disposable. I'm sure you could clean these and reuse them, so that's great. Here's the glass nail file. I love this, especially for a natural nail. So I'm going to put tips on, but if you were just doing your natural nail, these are very gentle. Okay, so let's put that away. I'm always afraid I'm going to break these, but so far I have not yet. Knock on wood. Where's some wood? With them being glass, they're very sturdy. Okay, so here is our silicone cupcake liner. Ooh, we got some freebies. That was sweet. Dip with Jazz freebies. Looks like an orange glitter and a green glitter. Ooh, okay, we'll have to open those and take a look. Here's your buffing blocks. Okay, I love these little ones because you can, you get lots of uses out of them, but they're not as big as, say, like one of these buffing blocks. So sometimes a lot of people will cut these in half, just to make it really like easier for you to handle. And here's your silicone cupcake liner. Okay, so let's put those back in there. And then, oh, here's our nail dusting brush. Love that. And looks like, oh, okay, so here is our information. If you want to save that, look them up. Dip with Jazz, Dip acrylic powder, and more. Here are their social medias. Okay, more social medias and a code. And oh, this is great. It comes with a dip application. So if you're new to this and you're just starting out, easy to read directions. So we're going to pretend like I don't know what I'm doing. And we're going to follow the instructions. And I'm going to let y'all know how easy, or, if there was a problem with any of these steps. Oh, and here's removal. We probably won't do removal today, but we will for sure do dip application. So that's great. It comes with that. Okay, let me see what else is in here before I pull out the dips. Ooh, looks like they threw in nail striping tape. Kind of looks like it's like a blue or purple. That's really cool. Ooh, and everybody knows I love skeletons, so that's perfect. Little nail decals. How cute are those? Okay, so let's get out our liquids. Ooh, nice bottles, glass bottles. Okay, so here is our base, activator, top coat, and our brush saver. So that's really nice. Feels really good on the hands. When you get like a quality product, it feels good. And okay, last but not least, we have our dip powders. Okay, so here's our clear. Okay, dipped with Jazz. So you can obviously tell that this is a bigger, this is your 25 ounce and this is your 70 ounce. Big difference. So that's cool. They give you a lot of clear because you need that for encapsulating your glitters. Some people encapsulate solids, and what I mean by that is when you do your dips, you want to cover that in clear, because when you go to file, you don't want to file that off, whether it be your glitter, solids, anything. So clear is always a good protector of that. Okay, so clear, I think we all know what that looks like, but here I'll go ahead and show you anyway in case we have anybody new watching. Okay, and always be careful when you open these up. Alright. Next up we have Azure, or Azure, however you would like to say that, to each their own. Really pretty blue. Okay, next up we have Carnival. Oh, there it goes. Ooh, a really pretty yellow shimmer. Here, let me. And I apologize if y'all can hear my fan in the background. It gets hot in my nail room. I am so sorry. Really pretty yellow shimmer. And last we have Nirvana. Ooh, really, really pretty. Kind of like an icy blue. Reminds me a little bit of Frozen. Super pretty. Okay, so I was sent 3 colors. So again, let me remind you that in this kit, you only get 2 colors of your choice and a clear. Okay, so I was sent this as an extra and these little freebies, so that was very sweet of them. Thank you so much, Dip with Jazz. Okay, so let's get into a mani, okay? So let me get all this put away. Ooh, what do y'all think I should use today? What if we did all 3 of these? You think that would work? Okay, and we are back. So I put on some tips. Today I'm using iGel Beauty's Pro Gel Soak Off tips, and I just glued them on over some pill base. Okay, so let's get started. So we have prepped our nails and cuticles and lightly buffed. So I've roughed up the surface of my tips. Shake up our powders. Give it a little shake. Okay, and then it says apply step 1, prep bond to the nail. So we don't have step 1. They sent us step 2 through 5. So then it says apply a thin layer of step 2 base to the nail. Dip, dust on, or lay flat into the powder and gently tap down any glitters as needed. Okay, so let's see, what do I want to do here? So we're going to use all 3 of these. So I believe we will do, let's do Carnival on these 2. Our glitter Nirvana on the middle, but we're going to ombre it into the yellow. And then our Azure on these 2. And again, we're going to carry that Nirvana over with an ombre onto Azure. Okay, so let's see how that's going to go. So let's start out with Carnival. Okay, let's set these to the side. I'm going to set Carnival in here, so that way if we have anything that spills over, this cupcake liner will catch it. Okay, here's our dust brush, and let's use one of these cuticle tools that they sent us. Okay, and let me grab our base. Okay, and you want to put this on in thin layers because we don't want to bulk up the nail. Oh, again, I'm so sorry if you hear my phone or my phone, my fan or my squeaky office chair. I'm so sorry. Okay, so thin layers. So let's see, let's bring it down a little bit closer. Okay. Going to cover the whole nail right up to the cuticle, but not quite. Okay, I'm going to use what's on my brush. Okay, thin layers if you have to like wipe off a little bit and back into the jar. We want thin, thin. And sometimes I will put my brush like in the middle of my nail and push back into the cuticle so that we don't flood it. Okay, and then I'm just going to dip into Carnival. Tap off, and look at that pretty yellow shimmer. Beautiful. Okay, so let's carry on. Okay, thin coats. Right up to that cuticle, but not quite. We'll go even further up to that cuticle on our next pass. Okay, dip into our jar. I like to hold it there just for a second to make sure all those liquids soaked up our powder. Okay, let's switch this out. Set that to the side. Let's do Nirvana. This is our glitter. Let's save that for last. Let's go ahead and get our other solid on our nail. Okay, let's take Azure. We're going to do these two with Azure. Okay, same thing. Into the jar. I kind of like to push my knuckle forward, kind of like that, to get it all in there. Okay, tap off, and we have that on there. Okay, so this is a good thing we used our cupcake liner or something to catch our powder, because yeah, it's all kept contained in this little cupcake liner, not spilling all over our table or our nail surface. Make sure everything is nice and coated. Okay. So far so good on the liquids. I don't see any wrinkling. Looks really good. Okay, so let's kind of brush off here all this extra powder on the rim. Okay, and I'm going to set that to the side. We're going to take what's in our cupcake liner and pour that back into the jar. Okay, and then I'm going to just kind of hold this over a trash can to get rid of that blue. Okay, and then back to Carnival. Let's do a second coat. Okay, let's dust off the first one so we don't need any of that excess powder in our liquids. Okay, so this time we're going to go right up to that cuticle, and this is what our cuticle scraper is for. We're going to get right in there and not let it touch our skin. Okay, so I'm going to cover most of my nail here. Too much liquid, so I'm going to wipe it back off into the bottle. Now I'm going to push back into that cuticle. Okay, that looks good. Very pretty. Okay, and like with a brand new bottle of liquids, I like to take it out, and there's a lot of liquid on there, so I will kind of like rub it back and forth inside the bottle. You don't want to get it on the rim because that's what glues your jars shut. Just get off most of that liquid. You would be surprised how much liquid is on the tip of a new brush. Okay. Cover what we can all over. Okay, and then we're going to push back into that cuticle. Okay, dip into our powder. And if there's anything on your cuticle, take the sharp pointy end. Be careful. And see, I got a little lump right there. We can just wipe that away. Then you want to go around your nail, just to make sure you kind of loosen it back that way. So I have that little bump there, but that's okay because we can file that off. So it's not coming off right now, but I have freed it away from my skin. Okay. Alright, so let's move this. Let's go back into Azure and do our second coat. Let's not forget to brush off what we did. Okay. that looks good. Okay, and I will kind of like take my pointed end and I will run it along the edges. Okay. We're looking good. Okay, so let's see if I want to go in there with another coat or not. It's looking pretty opaque, but let's go in there with one more coat of each. So this will be our third coat. Okay, let's give everything a dusting or dust off. Repeat the same thing. Okay. Okay, so we'll be done with this. Let me just scrape that off. I hate getting color like the powder in the rim of my lid. If I can help it, I'll give the dust away there. Okay, let's go back to Azure. Okay, push into the powder and kind of push your knuckle forward. I have big thumbs, so I have to do that. These are really pretty colors. The powder is really nice to work with. Very smooth. Okay, so we are done with this color. Let's get all that off there. Okay, let's put that away, and then we will get into Nirvana. Let me dump this out. Okay, and these are so neat. You can just throw this in the dishwasher on the top rack, rinse it off with some water, and you're good to go. Keep that. You know, don't ever get rid of that. These are reusable. Alright, so let's give everything a dust off here. Okay. Alright, so let's do Nirvana. Okay, and just like it said to shake up your powders, sometimes I like to give my glitters a stir. Kind of get everything nice and mixed back up in there. Okay. Now with glitters, immediately after we put them on the nail, we're going to pat them down, because you want to lay those glitters down before they dry. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so with glitters, I'm going to lay my finger in there. See how that picks up a lot of that glitter, and then we're gonna pat them down. You don't want anything like sticking up. You want it all mushed down. Okay, and then take your cuticle tool and go around those edges so we can clean that up later. Okay, if you have any glitter sticking off, anything hanging over the edge, just go ahead and pull it off. It doesn't really want to stay there anyway, so why fight it, right? Okay, we're all good. Pat down. Okay, make sure it's dry, and then dust off anything that doesn't want to stick. And we're gonna go in again. Okay, same thing. I like to bring everything back to the top. Get off a lot of that liquid. Let's do it again. Get all that liquid in there into those little crevices of those glitters. Okay, we're going to lay our finger in. I just find you pick up more glitters that way instead of like dipping in. You know, if you lay into it, you have a better chance of picking up all those glitters that's on that surface layer. If that makes sense? Does that make sense? Rather than just pushing your nail in there, you know, you're going to pick up more of that, the clear acrylic, or, you know, the base of whatever they use for like their glitter powders. You're going to get more of that rather than your actual glitters. Okay, let's clear that cuticle line again. Okay, so here's how we're looking so far. Love that glitter, that's so neat. It's definitely picking up the blue and the yellow. Okay, and I think we're pretty good. Glitters usually tend to get really chunky on you and really thick. So even though we did 3 dips on our solid shimmer, let's just stick with 2 on the glitter because we're going to encapsulate these in clear. But let's go ahead and do our ombre here. Okay, so with an ombre, I like to take a little brush, like any little eyeshadow makeup brush. Okay, let's dust off. Make sure your nails are dusted off. Okay, so I'm going to paint the whole nail with base. And then I'm going to take my brush, turn my finger sideways where I want the ombre, and pick up some of that glitter. Not a lot, just some of it. Okay, you gotta kind of be a little bit quick. So dip in here, turn your finger, and just lightly give it a tap. Okay, and it's up to you if you want your ombres really opaque or transparent. You want a lot of glitter on there, you don't want a lot of glitter. It is up to personal preference. Okay, but I like how that looks. So we're gonna leave that there. Let's do it on this finger. Okay, same thing, but I'm going to turn my finger this way this time because I want this to spread that way, right? Okay, so I want to get most of my liquid on this side over here. Okay, turn my finger, and I want to tap from this side. Okay, I want a little bit more. Yeah, okay, that looks good. Okay, I'm going to turn it back this way. I'm going to tap off. And then there we go. Looking good so far. Okay, and if you ever don't like anything, if you can catch it before that dries, you know, just take some of that off. If it's too much, you went over a little bit too far, like that's okay. Alright, so let me get this put away, and then it is time to clear, encapsulate, and then get to filing. Okay, so let's take our clear here. I'm done with these. I like to give them a little tap off in the trash can next to me. Okay, so so we've done all of our dipping, right? Okay, so number 5, dip, dust, lay flat, gently press down any glitters. Okay, so we've done that. Allow a few seconds for the powder to dry and then brush off. Clean your cuticle area with your tool. Okay, we've done that. Check, check. Apply step 2, base and dip again. Okay, we did that. Okay, so now we're down to activator. Okay, apply. No. Sorry, we need to dip and clear. Okay, so let's clear encapsulate. So it doesn't say that on the instructions. Apply step 2, base, dip again, repeat as necessary, finish with a clear powder if desired. Okay, yes it does. Okay, so I take that back. I was getting ahead of myself. Okay, so yes, we want to encapsulate or cover our powder with clear. So let's make sure we have got everything dusted off. Okay, get all that extra dust off. We don't need all that on there. Okay, so yes, step 6. We need to use our dip base again. Okay, get a lot of that liquid off. And we're going to dip each of these in our clear dip. And they may look a little wonky and a little crazy if this is your first time, but that's okay because all the magic happens in our filing stage. Okay, I like to kind of squish that clear down, make sure it's getting in those crevices. Okay, we're going to do each nail. Make sure you're getting those side walls. Okay, dip into that clear. Okay, so we have glitter on this nail, so we want to push down, or I like to push down, and make sure it's getting really good into those little nooks and crannies in that glitter. Okay, moving on to our middle finger. Now you don't have to encapsulate your solids like your solids and your shimmers. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Just depends on, like, you know, if I have to do a lot of dips, I won't, because I've done the extra dipping. So I'm not afraid if I'm going to file anything off. But say if I did 2 dips of a solid and I, you know, wanted to stop there, I thought my nail was good and bulky enough, then I would stop there and I would do a clear. That way if I go to file, I'm not going to file down to, you know, where my natural nail would show through, and then that's, you know, it's just a mess having to go back and redo all that. So but you do want to do your glitters, because if you don't, so see if you didn't do a clear over your glitters and you go to activate and file, and you file and you hit one of these glitters, they call it burning your glitter. So you will actually notice that you will lose that pretty color that's on the outside of that glitter, and it will turn silver. So it's kind of like, I believe all glitters in the middle are silver, and if they're really pretty colored and you burn it to a silver color, it might not go with what you had going on. So alright, so let's cover this. This is our last one to put our clear over. So far so good. I mean, I'm not getting any reaction to this liquid. That's just me though. So far, the powders have been great to work with. I don't see any problems. Okay, let me get my mess cleaned up here and we will get to activating now. Okay, so here's what we're looking like. It's looking a little crazy. That's okay. So let's activate. Okay, so activator is number 3. It says that we want to apply our activator and wait about 1 minute before we start filing. Okay, I like to put on a healthy little amount of this because we did do 3 dips and a clear. We want to make sure it is penetrating through all of those layers because your activator is going to make everything kind of come together and all that dip powder harden up. Okay, so let's make sure everything's saturated. Really, really good. Okay, so here's where we're at now. You'll see that okay? Okay. All right, so let's put on a little timer. Okay. So you want to make sure you can hear, okay, that it's hard. Can y'all hear that? Okay, you don't want to be able to push on it and it be squishy or mushy in any kind of way. You want it to be hard. Okay, and if you find that you start to file and it does go a little bit mushy, you know, things haven't quite fully cured through all of the layers, that's okay. Hit it with some more activator, skip that guy, and come back, move on to the next one. Alright everybody, I'm back. So I filed. Took me a little bit extra work, and then I had to stop because I live in Texas. We're about to get a really bad storm or severe storm. Anyway, so I had to go bring in all my plants from outside. Okay, so I have filed my free edges, got my shape back here. Was in the middle of working on that when I had to go outside. Okay, I think that's about as good as it's going to get because I need to kind of hurry this up a little bit more. Okay, so we filed. Let's give it a good buff over the whole nail. So does it get stormy where you're at? Like down here in Texas, you know, it's always humid and nasty and hot, and you know, nobody knows what the weather is going to be from one day to another down here. So down here we usually get like a lot of hail, high winds, you know, a lot of tornado watches, warnings, things like that. Thank goodness nothing ever happens really in my area, knock on wood, but you know, it's always good to be prepared. But yeah, do y'all, you know, what, without telling me your personal information, you know, where you're at, you know, what kind of weather do y'all get? What are y'all, what is it known for, like, where you live? I guess I'm asking. Alright, so we're on our last nail, giving everything a good buff. Make sure we don't have any glitter sticking up. Everything's all smooth. Okay, just give it like a feel with your fingers. Get that cuticle area. Make sure that's all nice and blended in there. Okay. Alright, so let's dust everything off. Okay, so we did our filing and our shaping, which was step 8. Now it says for step 9, is our top coat. You want to activate the nails again and wait 3 minutes. Wipe down the nail with alcohol and then apply your top coat, which is our 4th step. Okay, so I'm going to make sure everything's dusted off. Again, just always remember to dust, 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 dust. Okay, so it wants us to activate one more time to make sure that, again, everything is all nice and set. before we lock it in with a top coat. Okay. Ooh, I'm loving this glitter. It is so pretty. It's kind of cool how it picks up like a different color on Carnival versus Azure. So that's neat, like especially with, you know, like the iridescent glitters, you know, it's really cool how they can almost like change colors depending on what, you know, what color base you put them on. And then on their own, they're really pretty too. Okay, so 3 minutes. So I'm going to set a timer on my phone. This is what we're looking like. Okay, so I'm taking an alcohol prep pad, wiping off the nail. Okay, it's just like a little bitty, one of these little square pads. Okay, and then it says we're going to apply our top coat in 3 quick swipes. So we're going to do this 2 times. So our first layer, we're not going to be too worried about getting it perfect, okay? We want to do 1 nail, boom, 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 and then move on, okay? And then our second coat, then we can worry about going back in, you know, fixing anything that we missed, being a little bit more precise with it, because we don't have to be as perfect with that because we've already laid down our first top coat. But because we have activator on here, like fresh activator, it could harden your brush. So that's why you want to have that brush touch the nail the least amount of times as you possibly can. So with our pinky being so small, if you can get that one in 2 swipes, perfect. Thumb sometimes takes 3 to 4, okay? You want to be kind of quick. Again, let's wipe off a lot of that liquid. Okay, I'm going to go boom, fan out your brush, boom. Okay, next one, might be able to do 2 on here as well. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and done. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is okay. That's usually what my thumb usually takes. Okay, we're gonna let it start to change like colors, or not colors. See how my pinky nail is kind of like, it's went from smooth to kind of like wrinkly and textured looking. Okay, we're gonna go immediately back in with our second coat. Okay, cap those free edges. This one you can be a little bit more slow. Take your time. Now. Okay, and cap. And then we're going to let that fully dry. And if your brush ever does harden up, you know, it happens, you know. So that's why they put in this brush saver. So you'll notice that if your brush, this one's doing great so far. Like we're still good. But if this tip gets like clogged, it will get hard. Okay, and so you'll be able to tell it won't have any more flexibility. It'll just be a stiff brush. So immediately when you're done, take it out. I like to take most of my liquids off. Oh, if I can get it out. And we're going to trade brushes. Oops, I touched my nail. We're going to trade brushes. So this one, we see it's a nice brush. Dump it in there and dump this one in here. Okay, let this one sit. It'll do its little thing and you're done. Easy peasy. Okay, so while that dries, let's go over what we got. Okay, so again, this kit is the $50 kit, which I think is a dang good deal because a lot of people don't include colors in their kits. Okay, you get 4 liquids, 2 buffing blocks, and our little cupcake liner, nail file, glass nail file, your dusting brush. Ooh, almost didn't put the lids on that good. That would have been horrible. Okay, you get 2 colors of your choice plus clear, and that's a big jar of clear too. Like, it'll take you a few manis to get through that. 2 cuticle scrapers, and your cuticle oil that we will use here in just a second, and a cute little bag. So, what do you guys think? Do you think it's worth it? Because in my opinion, I totally do. But this is not the end of our starter kit showdown. So I have a few more in line in my mailbox over here. So we are going to keep comparing, and we're going to keep seeing, you know, what's the best bang for our buck, right? Because we all need to save a little bit of money, but you also want to get the most for your money. So far we have our first dip liquid with colors included kit, and you get all of this for 50 bucks. Not too shabby. And a lot of places online, if you spend so much, you know, some people do with over $30 is free shipping, over $50 is free shipping. So I did not pay for the shipping on this, so I cannot say, but if free shipping was, you know, in there as well, I mean, wow, like deal breaker. Okay, so let's see. I always like to just tap a little bit. Okay. Ooh, okay, so we're all dry. Okay, let me grab a Nelfie sleeve. We'll put our oil on and we'll take a picture. Okay. So yeah, you guys, go show dipwithjazz.com. Go show them some love. Take a look around. Let me know what you think. Did you like this mani? Did you like these colors? I definitely stepped out of my comfort zone with these colors. I don't usually do a lot of blues or yellows, but I really enjoyed these. The powders, like I said, were great. The glitter laid down perfectly. Here, let me get this. Sometimes you got to get them going. This is a new jar or a new roller ball. And yeah, this alone is going to last you like a good while. Oh, there it goes. There we go. We're getting it now. That smells awesome. Awesome. All right, and here we are with the finished set. All right, guys, thank you to Dipped in Jazz for letting me try out this starter kit. I really enjoyed it. And yes, until next time, friends, let me know what you thought down below. If you have any questions, let me know. I will leave all of this and the link in the description box down below. And if you like this video and you're liking the Starter Kit Showdown, please subscribe, give me a like, and hit that notification bell. All right, until next time, bye dolls.